Hello, how's it going, everybody? It is February. We made it. We're here. It's happening. January has been wild in the real estate world. So that's what we're going to be talking about in this video. I'm going to give you a little update on just how the market has started out this year, at least how the market has been in Dallas. I don't know what's going on in the rest of the world, but Dallas, I've got you covered right here. So let me just tell you. It has been a wild and crazy January. I was still in my comfy pants at New Year's and hanging out, doing my thing, and my phone started ringing like crazy. So that's great. We love that. I love it when my phone rings. I'll change out of my comfy pants and we can go look at houses. But I was just a little surprised, because we had been pretty slow through the fall. It was really slow, actually. The election had things shaken up and everybody was kind of freaked out. There was a lot of economic uncertainty and people didn't know what was going on. Here we are after the first of the year, and everybody that was sidelined back in the fall are back now. So that's what we're going to talk about. I've got some stats to share with you from January that I thought were really interesting. I'm not surprised by them at all because this is what I've been seeing. So January, the homes on the market are up 25% year over year. So compared to last January, we've got 25% more homes on the market right now. Now, that's not new, that's including new listings and all that, but 25%. So that's pretty good. You've got a lot more selection. So that's great. A lot of homes were taken off the market in the fall. We had a lot of homes that were sitting, great houses, nothing wrong with them. But it was all just kind of like a mental thing for people. I mean, the rates were high, but the rates are the same. So it's not the rates. It was some mental things going on. People were freaked out. So a lot of those houses that were listed in the fall sat, and they were great. Nothing wrong with them. We did price drops, and we couldn't even get people to come and look at them. It was crazy. So we took those off the market. And, sellers that could, some sellers need to sell and they're relocating and they have to just go ahead and drop the price and get someone in there. But if they could wait, we said, hey, look, that means that in January, we had a lot more listings coming on. So we were up 10%, 10.8% year over year for new listings hitting the market in January. So that's pretty good because compared to December, we're up, the new listings were up 37.5%. So, nobody was listing. Nobody was listing in December unless they had to. Which, that makes sense. And that's not uncommon for December. We really don't see a lot of things hitting the market in December generally, unless someone has to move. But yeah, so that's the deal with that. So January, all those people were coming back, we're relisting them. And that's what we've been seeing. I've been doing it. Other people have been doing it. We're seeing a lot more hitting the market. So that's good. So for you buyers, that is a good thing because we have the largest increase between December and January that we've had since January of 2020. So that means that you've got a lot more selection. So good for you. You can get out there and look and actually have something to look at, which is exciting. Supply and not as much demand makes a buyer's market. So that's when you're going to get a little better deal. If there's a deal to be had, that's the time to get it. So if you are thinking of buying, probably a good time. Actually, it is a good time. I'm not saying probably, it is a good time. So that's the time to do it. Now, the median price of homes. So everyone wants to know, are prices going down? Is the market crashing? Is this, 2008 again? And it's like, no. Okay. That was a totally different thing. That had to do with subprime lending and all of that stuff. And that's not what we're seeing here. So it's a supply and demand issue. The demand is still there. In fact, Dallas, Fort Worth has some of the highest pent-up demand of anywhere in the country. So a lot of people came here. They didn't know where they wanted to go, so they rented. They couldn't find the house they wanted, so they rented. Or, they were hoping prices would come down a little bit, so they rented. Well, now all those people are tired of wasting money on rent, and they are ready to get out there because, yeah, We have seen the prices go down a little bit, but there's a catch, okay? They're not really going down, all right? So the median price of homes in Dallas has gone down 2.2%, okay? But according to realtor.com, okay, it's down to 400,500. So last year, and I can attest to this, it was more luxury homes, larger homes that were being listed and sold. Because you got to think about it. Economic uncertainty, who does that affect more? That affects the little guy a little bit more. And the big guys were still out there and they were moving and shaking. So I sold more homes last year, more luxury homes last year for cash than I ever have. So that should tell you something right there. So the little guys weren't really listing. They were trying to hang on to their good rate. But now, life changes happen and people are having kids and they need more space and people are getting used to the rate. We don't see it going anywhere for a while. It might come down, maybe we're hearing the word on the streets. Okay. The word on the streets is that and by the streets, I mean my favorite mortgage brokers. Okay, they're telling me that we should see rates settle somewhere in the sixes, like the low sixes by the middle of the year. But we don't know that for sure because we thought the rates were going to come down last year and they didn't. So we're just going to wait and see if that happens. If it does, do not worry. Okay. If you are buying a house right now, you're actually in a really good position because you can buy at this little bit of a high rate while everyone is still kind of feeling it out and deciding if they're, really jumping in and what's going on. The demand is not quite as high right now. It's there, but it's not quite as high. So you can lock in that little bit lower price and you might not have a multiple offer situation and you can lock it in. And then a lot of lenders will refi your house. It just depends on which lender. Okay. But some will refi your house for free within the first 6 months or a year, depending on the deal that you work or the product that they have. So that shields you from worrying about being locked in at that higher rate. Either way, you can pay to refinance, and it's really not that big of a deal. But if you want to save that money, have no fear. You can a lot of times, get a deal with your lender. So think about that. So we did see a lot more luxury homes selling, not as many small homes. But here's the thing. Okay, here's the catch. All right. The average list price per square foot is actually up 1.2%. Okay. So the homes aren't necessarily getting cheaper. Okay. If a house is a really good house and it's new on the market, and by really good, I mean it's updated, it's priced right. Okay. If you way overprice it, I don't care how good it is, no one's going to buy that. Okay. Because it's not going to appraise. Number one, if someone has conventional financing, it's not going to appraise. So the deal is not going to go through. Okay. I don't care if someone offers you $5 million for a $500,000 house. If it doesn't appraise for $5 million, the deal is not going to go through. So it does no one any good to list a house too high. So if you're going to list a house, you might even want to consider getting an appraisal done for yourself, just so you kind of, can really see what an appraiser might do. We can give a good opinion of value based on the sold comps that we see. But if you don't trust your realtor, and if you don't trust your realtor, you probably have the wrong realtor. So I'm just going to say that. But if you don't trust them, or you're one of those people that are like, I don't trust any realtors, like, okay, whatever. So if you're one of those, then just go get an appraisal. And then you'll know that your realtor is not lying to you when we say, hey, don't list it for that price. Maybe let's list it just a touch lower. Okay. So there are some different strategies in pricing. Sometimes we list things just a touch low on purpose, and that is to drive multiple offers. It gets attention when people see that and they get excited and they pounce on the listing. Everyone is like, I can't believe that this is such a good deal and it gets all these feet through the door. People can't fall in love with your house if they don't come through the door to see it. So that lower price is going to get people in the door, creates excitement. They fall in love with the house. Then you've got a bidding war on your hands. So that's why realtors might be trying to price your house a little bit low. Now, they need to communicate to you that's what they're thinking of doing, but you definitely don't want to price it too high. Okay, that's definitely the wrong move, because then no one's going to come see it. They're like, that is way too high. They're not going to take $100,000 less for it or whatever. So let's not even go look at it. Let's wait to go see it when they lower the price. And then maybe you might get some people through. But do not list it too high in the beginning. Okay, so if it's a good house, it's remodeled, and it's priced correctly, those are moving. Okay, it's January. Well, it's February now, but in January, I had 4 multiple offer situations. Now, I went from the fall of everything sitting on the market and us being able to come in early on and say, hey, this has been on the market for a couple of weeks. How about we offer you $100,000 less? And people were taking it. Okay, that was happening. But those days are gone. Okay. That is not going to happen on a new listing. If it's priced correctly and it's nice, it is not going to happen. So you need to keep that in mind for you buyers, that if you wanted to have that kind of deal, should have done that in the fall, because now it's picking up and the demand is picking up. So the buyers are out and there's more competition. So that's what I'm seeing. Multiple offers in January right now. And it's been tough. I'll tell you that. It's been tough. Policy. Do that. Probably need to have a short option period. Was the time when you get your inspections and when you negotiate any repairs. Have a shorter one, because that's going to look enticing. If you can close quicker, that's going to help you in multiple offers. Okay, so you might be looking at that. Now, if it's a home that needs a little bit of work, as in updating, because here's the deal, nobody wants to do any updating anymore. And you should do some updating. I'm telling you guys, you will get a way better deal on a house that needs a little updating, but nobody wants to do it anymore. And I get it. I get it. I don't like doing work either. But the price that you can get it for, if it's not updated, is substantially less than if it is. Okay. Because you have to think about it. When somebody else does the updating, you have to pay them for the hassle that they went through to update it. And if you do it, then you don't have to pay for that. You have to deal with the hassle, but you're not paying for it. So I think that's pretty fair. So if you want to get a good deal, get one that's not updated. Now, you want it to have a good roof and a working AC and all those things, but it's really not that hard, you guys. It is not that hard. I have contractors. I can help you. And they will paint your walls for you. They will slap some countertops on for you. You want to change a little backsplash, paint some cabinets. It is really not a big deal. Like, you can do a lot with just a little paint and some drawer pulls. I promise you, I've seen it a million times. So yeah, I'm seeing a lot of that for this month. Like I said, it's been tough because we only won one of those, because I only had one that we really felt like, okay, let's go in. This is going to appraise. We're willing to be competitive for this listing and throw all that in. We did not get the other 3 because we had stiff competition. People were out there and they outbid us. So you have to get aggressive if you want to get a really good one that does not need any updating. Now, what does this mean for the buyers that are entering the market right now? Okay, because you can go lowball one that's been sitting for a while. Don't get me wrong. You can do that. If it's been on the market since October, lowball the heck out of it. That's fine. But it's probably because it's not updated. But anyway, so you can get one lower. But if you are a buyer and you are ready and you want to get competitive and you want to lock something in, then you've got to prepare. Okay, so here's what you need to prepare. You need to have your down payment ready. All right, so usually 10 to 20% is what people are putting down. Now, if you've got an FHA loan or a VA loan, you don't have to have all that down payment. But if you're just getting a conventional loan, 10 to 20% is what you're going to need. So have that saved up, have some closing costs saved up. That's going to matter on what size house you get. That's going to make the difference on those. But we can figure all that out when you find out what your budget is. You're going to find your budget from getting a pre-approved. That is huge. You need to have several lenders that I love, and I will hook you up with them. Great. They'll get you pre-approved. It's not painful. People think it's a big deal, but it's really not. It's really not painful at all. So I can hook you up with them. So if you're getting financing, you need to get that letter because we cannot submit an offer. People will not even look at your offer unless you have a pre-approval letter attached to it. And they're probably going to call your lender and ask them to make sure it's legit because that's just, you need to make sure. I'm not accepting an offer unless there's a pre-approval letter because I need to make sure that someone can pay for it. I'm not going to get my client locked in on, with somebody who's not got one. So we definitely need the pre-approval letter. This is also going to help you figure out your budget. You need to figure out what you can qualify for, and your lender is going to walk you through and help you figure out what your monthly payment is going to be. Because just because you can qualify for a whole lot doesn't mean you necessarily want to spend that amount, because you need to find out, okay, what is my monthly payment going to look like? What is what are the taxes and insurance going to run me, things like that. And then they can kind of figure out what that payment's going to look like. And then maybe we go, okay, well, let's not shop here. Let's shop here because maybe you like driving a new car. Maybe you like taking more vacations. Maybe you want to do things other than sit inside your house. Okay. So you got to think about that. There are expenses that come along with owning a home. Now, if you're a cash buyer, you just need proof of funding. We get a letter from your bank or your banker, your finance manager, or whoever over there that will vouch for you, and you're good to go. You are going to want to be ready to close in 30 days because nobody's closing in longer than 30 days. 30 days is going to be it. If you are a cash buyer or you are fully underwritten, which I do recommend doing that, if you can be fully underwritten with your lender, then you can waive your financing contingency. And that looks really good in a multiple offer situation. Then you could close in as quick as 2 weeks sometimes. So multiple offer situations, they want to close quick. So if you can get that cash offer in or an offer that has no financing contingency, that is almost as good as cash, and you can close in 2 weeks. But average, expect 30 days. So let's see, what else? Oh, okay. So new listings, like I was saying, don't lowball a new listing. That's not going to do anything for anybody. You're better off, if you want to lowball them, you're better off to just kind of wait it out and see. If you are willing to take a chance on that house being sold to someone else, then you're better off just wait it out because it's going to get your hopes up. Okay. So oftentimes what they're going to do is take your lowball listing, and then anybody who has shown interest, they're going to call them. I mean, I've done this. I call them and I say, hey, guess what? I have an offer in hand. Just wanted to let you know because I know that your buyers were interested. So I just wanted to let you know I do have an offer in hand. So if they really like it, then they may want to get out there and make an offer too. Snooze, you lose. So a lot of times that will just drive up the price because then somebody else comes in going, oh my gosh, okay, do we think they have asking price? What do we need to do? Do we need to go a little bit over asking price? Let's throw in the title policy for sure. And then the seller gets a better deal. So it's not helping you buyers. So don't do that. Now, if it's been on the market for 30 days, then okay, go in there and see what you can do. But you're going to want to wait a little bit. Now, for you new construction lovers, good news is there is a lot of inventory right now for new construction homes because the fall was slow. So a lot of those builders are giving incentives right now. They have a preferred lender a lot of times that you can get with, and they'll cover some of your closing costs, or a lot of times they'll give you an amount of money. Like they might say, okay, if you use our lender, we'll give you $30,000, and you can either use that to buy down the rate, you can lower the sales price on the home, you can apply it to closing costs, whatever you want to do, but you have this 30,000 to spread around. So a lot of people are doing that. Some builders are doing that and lowering the prices. If it's like maybe one particular house, say they have a house that's finished and it's ready to go, then they're probably going to let you have a little break on that price because they need to move it. They need to clear it out because there's other homes that are being built that are going to be ready and they can't have a bunch of these stacking up. So they're willing to cut you deals on things that are ready already. But this is not going to last forever. So this is just the situation that we're in right now in the beginning of February. We've got some new construction sitting around, okay? But that's going to move. People are going to come in and they're going to scoop those deals up and those are going to be gone. So do not wait around and think that the builders are going to be sitting with all of this inventory forever. Spring is coming. More buyers are coming. As many as I'm seeing that are out right now, just wait for spring. Okay, it's going to be, if you want to snatch up on new construction, it's not finished but you need to plan ahead for that. You need to get out there and try to lock it in at the best price that you can so that, when it's ready. So think about that. There might not be any of these ready for you if you wait till the last minute. I've been in that situation with buyers where they need to move in a month. They really, really want new construction and there just wasn't anything ready. So they've had to come here and stay 2 weeks in an extended stay while they were waiting on their home to be finished. So consider that. Plan ahead, snatch up a good one if you can. And, don't think it's going to last. That's all I'm saying. So, all this to say, we are expecting a very good year in real estate this year in Dallas. Okay. I don't know what's happening elsewhere. I am seeing a lot of people moving here already from other parts of the country that have been, devastated by the wildfires in California. Prayers for those people. I'm so sorry you guys are going through that, but we have seen a lot of people moving here already or calling about moving here already from there. You've got the disasters in North Carolina and Georgia and different parts of the country too. So those people are moving here too. So we do expect to see even more people that are relocations. We call them relos. Are seeing a lot more relos, and we were already seeing those. We still had, in November, December, we still had about 80 people moving each day to the Metroplex. So I don't know what it is right now, but I know it's picking up because I know my phone calls are picking up. So if you are one of those people who are thinking about making a move to the Dallas area, be sure to subscribe below and tap the bell for notifications so you're always up to date on the latest market insights. I'm going to try to do some lives for you to update you on the market. Check out my other videos so you can see the different parts of the Metroplex that you might want to think about touring. Ask me any questions you have. My contact information is in the description below. You can reach out, you can shoot me a text or an email. You can book. I have a Calendly link that you can book and we can do a Zoom call. I like to see you guys. I like to see your smiling faces and kind of get to know you. You need to get to know me too. So we can, first of all, decide if we want to work together. Okay, so we need to see if we gel, and I need to learn about you. I need to know. I need to get all in your business. Okay, that's realtors need to get in your business. Okay, we need to know what your needs are because I can't help you find the home of your dreams if I don't know what your dreams are. Okay, I need to know. Do each one of the kids need a bedroom? Do you need a dedicated office? Do you need two offices? Do you need an extra bedroom, one for an office because you're both working? Or we can talk on the phone, but like I said, I want to see your face. So ask me any questions you have. I would love to chat soon. So until then, I will see you in the next video. See you guys later.